Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of November 10th, 2024. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And what a week, huh? Like we knew last week was going to be intense. We just didn't know how it would look. And we talk a lot about spiritual practice on this podcast, not just to keep us grounded and bring more peace into our lives, but for moments like this. This is exactly why we put in the practice, to help us stay centered and balanced when things get challenging. Now, years ago, I had an employee that took 3 months off to go to India to meditate, and he paid a chunk of change for this experience. It is not cheap. So he gets there and he's meditating, and he notices that they're doing construction across the street. And all he can focus on is the hammering and the yelling and all the construction sounds. And each day he's getting madder and madder. So he finally goes to the Swami in charge and says, I want my money back. I came here to meditate and there's all this noise from construction across the street disturbing me and I just can't meditate. And the Swami says, oh no, the construction noise is a gift. Anyone can meditate when it's quiet. But only masters can meditate in the middle of noise and chaos. So this time is our spiritual gift. This is the time we become masters. We have the choice. After we're done grieving and being angry and sad and scared, we have a choice of how we want this time to shape our lives. Anyone can be present on those beautiful days when the sun is shining and the sky is blue. This is our opportunity to really practice being present. That practice supports us now. When we stay in the present, fear loses its grip because fear only exists when we think about the future. There's no fear in the present. Now, this is the perfect time to lean into and amp up your spiritual practices. Whether that's breath work, meditation, journaling, or time in nature, these tools keep us present, centered, and empowered, which is what we need as we step into this next chapter. When we're centered and grounded, we're in our power. The Dalai Lama once said that the world will be saved by the Western woman. Well, this is our fucking moment. And we step up by being fully in our power. With Pluto's shift into Aquarius next week, we're entering a time to embrace our spirituality on a deeper level. We don't have the luxury to just play around with this spiritual shit anymore. We need our practice now to stay present and centered and empowered. So we do get a little break from the intensity this month tomorrow on 11/11. The number 1 is the highest number energetically in numerology. It's the ultimate angel number because it's the beginning of everything, the start of something new. And 11/11 is a master number, and master numbers are extra powerful. Then you have 2 of them back to back. So 11 represents new beginnings, the start of a new phase of life, and spiritual enlightenment. 11/11 acts as a catalyst for our spiritual awakening. And the events taking place around 11/11 help us understand the larger life lessons we're experiencing. New beginnings are here, whether we're ready for them or not. So let's use this day to start our next chapter. How are we going to show up when times get tough? So this is the time to decide how you're going to be as we move forward. 11/11 is a very positive day to set intentions for the future you. Claim your power, step into your power, commit to the practices that keep you connected and strong. Also this week we have a full moon in Taurus on Friday the 15th. It's a supermoon and it's the last of 4 supermoons in a row this year. This is the beaver moon, the full beaver moon, because it's the time of year when beavers begin to build their dams before the ground freezes. So this full moon is in a tight conjunction to Uranus. And that sends a shockwave to our sense of security. Like, no kidding. Uranus is the planet of change and also the planet of awakening. Are you starting to see a theme here? Spiritual awakening. Uranus in this conjunction to this full moon, the planet of awakening. And the awakening Uranus brings into our lives is often disguised in the form of change and upheaval. Uranus helps us align with our divine selves. And sometimes this requires us to let go of baggage and move into a new way of looking at things and a new way of being. So if you feel the ground is shaking and things are being flipped upside down in your world, and who doesn't right now, see if you can look at things through the lens of awakening. Look for the spiritual lessons. And while full moons are about completion and endings, they also serve as a precursor to the next cycle, helping us to reset and focus on what's next. So this full moon is in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign known for being grounded and steady. Taurus also helps us put in the hard work and remain patient to handle anything that comes up. And this is exactly the energy we want right now. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty, and Taurus loves comfort and luxury. So leaning into comfort helps us get through this intense month. We're talking about good food, a cozy home, spending time in nature. All those things help ground our energy so we feel more secure and calm. So use this full moon to get grounded and back in balance. And one more thing to mention, Saturn has been retrograde since June, and it finally goes direct, of course, on the full moon. So Saturn, known as our master teacher and the Lord of Karma, it tends to bring up big soul lessons while it's in retrograde. But now that its retrograde is over, it's time to move forward. So take some time to appreciate you and where you've grown since June. Okay, so let's recap. Monday, 11/11 is the perfect day to set intentions for who you want to be now as we move into this chapter. It's time to level up. So this is your moment to step into your full power and actually do the spiritual practices that keep you grounded and centered. And then on Friday, the full moon helps us rebalance and take a moment to recognize how far we've come this year. Now, it might be tempting to skip over this with everything going on, but don't. Take a minute to look back at all you've worked through and where you've grown since June. Celebrate that. Give yourself some credit and be proud of everything that you've accomplished. And that is it for the week. Right now through Tuesday, my 11/11 sale is happening. You get 2 30-minute sessions for only $111. You can also use it for one 60-minute session if you'd like. So this is the perfect time to get some guidance from your guides and raise your energy and get back in balance. So there is a link in the show notes, and you can also go to my website, abundology.com. I will also be releasing an 11/11 spiritual ritual on YouTube. It's pay what you want, and it will contain a card pull and a guided meditation to help you get back in balance and step into your power. So as always, thank you for listening, subscribing, and passing the podcast on to a friend. And thank you to our veterans. I appreciate your service to our country. We all appreciate you. So have a good week, everyone, and I will talk to you again next week.